Hello everybody and welcome to another mini episode with me, Djbatman. And today we have a little bit of, not quite exactly cancel culture, but pretty much still a part of it. Basically, good old Lucky the Leprechaun from the Lucky Charms box is apparently being up to debated by people right now and possibly getting it removed completely, which I think is absolutely absurd because, first of all, leprechauns are based on a thing that doesn't exist. It's part of Ireland's mythology, and apparently people don't understand that, but whatever. So I have this article here I'm going to read, and like always, I will have the link to everything I read so you can read it for yourself or share it to other people you know. But anyways, article here, debate erupts over removing Lucky Charms mascot for insensitive imagery. In light of St. Patrick's Day, people are debating on whether or not the Lucky Charms mascot is racist. Everyone can remember the Lucky Charms mascot on the front of the cereal box or on their TV screens. The stereotypical leprechaun with red hair, wearing all green, and a shamrock hat. Oh God, the fact that they're calling it a stereotypical leprechaun is just, it's like, oh yes, we're going to get upset about them stereotypically representing something that doesn't exist. Oh God, I hate people so much. However, some people are beginning to think it's a bit racist and ethnic stereotype at best. Yeah, and those people that think that are absolute morons. I would like to say that if leprechauns existed and did not all look like him, then yes, it would be. Otherwise, no, it is just a cartoon character, one person says, adding leprechauns are not real. Is Count Chocula racist? Is Captain Crunch racist? Is Tony the Tiger racist? No, neither is Lucky. Now here's, because I have a few posts that people did about this, and I'm going to read these because they're, in order that they are. But this is a post that they did from somebody named John Mixon. I think I said that right. Says, question, is the Lucky Charms mascot considered a racist character? Racist? No. An ethnic stereotype from an earlier era? Certainly. Lucky the Leprechaun, the spokes character for General Mills' cereal brand, Lucky Charms, was invented at a time when white ethnics were treated slightly better than minorities. I really hate that argument. The brand wanted an amusing cartoon mascot like their rivals were using, and so it was decided that the cereal that contains marshmallow shamrocks, which ironically are now actually downplayed in the advertisement, should be shielded by a leprechaun with pronounced Irish prog. I can never say that right. Progy? I don't know. I'm not good with words very well, but anyways. Over the years, as the brand began to lose market share, changes in diet and health concerns were to blame. The character became less Irish and also less prominent in the overall commercial. His trademark line, "They're always after my Lucky Charms," was heard less often, and the commercials began to concentrate on amusing scenes involving cartoon live-action children characters rather than Lucky. They also began to downplay his prog, and now Lucky sounds like an immigrated to the United States during his childhood. It's not a racist stereotype questionnaire as much as it is an outdated ethnic one. However, since there hasn't been any complaints, and since the commercials have been downplaying much of the earlier and potentially troubling character traits, it's likely that Lucky will be used for many, many more years in shrinking roles. Yeah, you know why nobody's complained? Because nobody fucking cares. It's a character made up from something that doesn't exist. And so what if it has a ridiculous Irish voice or whatever? I don't care. It's meant to have fun. Here's the thing, people. If we can't make fun of ourselves or have fun in life, life is boring. God, it just irritates me so much how dumb people are. But anyways, the rest of this article for this next post says, another person says it's not a racist character, it's more of a xenophobic or an ethnic discriminatory character. Sadly, this happens regularly in regards to Irish people and what people convey as Irish culture. I will have to say that all that is absolute bullshit. Okay, and the reason why I say it's absolute bullshit is because xenophobic and ethnic discriminatory, it's like, oh my god. It's like, do these people understand that people in Ireland do not care? Like, a lot of them actually kind of like it. But the problem is too many people want to get offended for other people. Or, better yet, a small minority within that population gets offended by it. I don't care anymore. Here's the thing. I go by what the great words of Spock were. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So if you're part of the few who are complaining about this, you're an idiot. Anyways, here's another post from somebody. It says, Ireland is a country, not a race, and Lucky Charms Leprechaun is a silly cartoon character of an imaginary being. There is enough real racism in the world without your trying to find it in every little thing. Before you suggest something might be racist, perhaps you should understand that the word really means what the world really means, and it has nothing to do with nationality. It requires that one believe a given race is superior to another due to inherent characteristics. And of course they posted on here the definition of racism, which is 1, a belief that race is a primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority or a particular race. 2, a doctrine or political program based on assumptions of racism and designed to execute its principles. And be a political or social system funded on racism. Others think it's just a bunch of nonsense. By simply changing the individual, you see this brutality clearly. According to these responses, Aunt Jemima is not a racist character either. Liberal hypocrisy truly has no boundaries, for it justifies and can justify any posture it pleases. They conclude with, when you break it down to the core, the Irish aren't offended by anything. They aren't whiners. Here's another post from somebody. It says, more ethnic than racist, and it's a national stereotype more than anything, which is not true. But yes, it's a silly stereotype of sort that once was common but really isn't acceptable anymore. Yeah, because people became wimps and pussies and let words and images affect them and control who they are. How it's considered is fuzzier. They still have the leprechaun mascot, but they're really toned down the character to draw less attention, and in general, it doesn't get much of an attention as other ethnic stereotypes would. Because the mascot is white, oh god, I really fucking hate when people bring that shit up. As are most Irish people, and stereotypes of white people aren't as quietly condemned as those of other groups in the U.S. Yeah, that's because we don't give a shit. We learn how to have fun and make fun of each other and make fun of ourselves because we just don't fucking care. Only white liberals get irritated by this. Everyone else don't give a shit. The reasons for the other complex and partly justified and partly not, but you can pretty much take it as read that there's more sensitivity around non-white stereotypes in the U.S. than around white stereotypes. It's because white people don't fucking care. Like, seriously, somebody comes up to me dressed as a redneck going like, I fucked my brother, my mother and my brother. I don't give a shit. I'll laugh. Fucking make me laugh, man. I mean, come on. If you can't laugh, if that person isn't actually coming at you being racist or trying to put you down because you're racist, then they're just trying to be funny. It's like, shut up, laugh, and move the fuck on. Some people are totally understanding of how times have changed and that even innocent stereotypes are not acceptable in this day and age because they're fucking pussies. Someone writes, more ethnic than racist, and it's a national stereotype more than anything. But yes, it's a silly stereotype of sort that was once common, but really isn't acceptable anymore. Which only losers get upset about it. But here's a comment on this that I like, that they posted. I had to look that up because we don't have Lucky Charms in Australia. Mate, I think that's meant to be a leprechaun. There are parts of Irish mythology. I don't know that a mythology creature can be considered racist if it is represented in a proper context. It just seems like a leprechaun was chosen as a mascot because of their association with luck, which represents the name of the cereal. Leprechauns are not characters of Irishmen, if that's all you were concerned about. And then the last bit of this article says, Lucky Charms breakfast produced by General Mills first hit store shelves in 1964 by product deliverer John Houlihan. However, Lucky, the cereal's mascot, was created a year prior in 1963. His voice supplied by the late voice actor Arthur Anderson until 1992. He's also been voiced by Eric Bauza, Tex Brashear, Jason Gra, Doug Prius, and Daniel Ross. So, yeah, that's basically the article there. But, yeah, let me know what you think. Because, personally, I think this cancel culture bullshit and removing characters because people find it offensive now is absolutely retarded. I think this is another reason why countries are going to have an easy time coming after us because we are literally turning into fucking pansies. I'm literally going to say that because we went from a decade from the 80s and the 90s with like stuff like with Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase literally doing a skit that Richard Pryor helped write where they say some of the most racist stuff you could possibly say, and including even saying the word that today would get you canceled more than anything. Live on television. Why? Because Richard Pryor, along with other people, wanted words to lose their meaning, wanted words that people consider offensive or hurtful to not have those anymore. Because if people hear it all the time, it becomes normal and you don't get offended by it like most other people. So, but anyways, I just think all this stuff is absolute trash and this stuff needs to stop. And I will say, though, if they do remove Lucky, I will never buy that cereal again. I mean, I rarely buy it as it is, but, you know, I definitely won't buy it because, like, you know, I will never buy Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima, or any of that stuff. Any company that removes something because somebody was offended, I never buy that product anymore. And I know a lot of people say that me not buying it is not going to hurt the company. I don't care. At least I know I'm not wasting my money on their trash anymore. That's all that matters to me. You know, I may not be a huge influence and they're only losing a few dollars, but as long as I'm not spending my money there, I feel good about myself. So that's all that matters. But I just think all this crap is bullshit and people need to stop, or, you know, we're kind of doomed. So, but anyways, hope you enjoyed that. As always, don't forget to leave a comment. I always like to know what people think of my shows. It really lets me know. Also, don't forget to hit like if you like what I do, and hit follow if you would like more of my shows and hear more of what I gotta say. And yeah, anyways, if you'd like to support the show, as always, I will have links down below for my Etsy, Teespring, and my Patreon if you would like to join that. I got some good tiers and some stuff that I'm giving away to those certain tiers. And yeah. Anyways, I'm Djbatman. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.